So the candle filter theory, if you guys are not familiar with it, is based off of a model that ICT taught to his son. Most of you know that model. You know how it works. You know how it's based off liquidity sweeps and then the entry down on a lower time frame from there. So I'm not going to go into the specifics of that, but it's a fascinating strategy model. And then I have to give huge shout outs and props to this gentleman here, FlawInTheMatrix, because what he did was he actually took that model and added a couple of steps to it and has now made it mechanical at that point. And I'll go into what I mean by that in just a minute here, but I can't say thanks enough to this guy right here. You got to check out his content, follow him on Twitter. All of his information related to this is at the beginning of October, late September is when he went into this. And basically, if I remember correctly, he said, I'm going to talk about this, lay it out for you guys, and then I'm not going to talk about it anymore. You guys can run with it. And so that's what's been happening. I've seen a lot of images posted, people's trades. The strategy itself is just mind-blowing, but of course anything from ICT is mind-blowing to begin with. So you guys know that. So let me jump into the chart here. I'll show you how the candle filter works. I encourage you guys to back test it on your own, because when you see the results, it's mind-blowing and mind-boggling. But again, the precision, it's from ICT. Nothing should surprise us at that point. So liquidity sweeps, either look at the 1 hour, enter on the 5, or look at the 15-minute and enter on the 1. I prefer the 1, 2, or 3 just because sometimes I get on the 3-minute to filter out the 1-minute noise. But again, that's your preference as to what you want to do, how you want to enter, and I'll go into that more in just a minute. So candle filter, what you're looking for is a liquidity sweep. So here is, got a couple examples I'm going to show you. So here is the Dow. This is US 30 on Thursday. And what you've got here, you've got some liquidity areas all through here. We got one right here. And then this area is swept here at this point. Again, I'm on the 15-minute chart here. This liquidity area gets swept by this candle. And then what you are looking for is you're looking for an opposing candle to close underneath that liquidity area, which is exactly what happened here. And then what you do at this point is drop an OTE fib on here, on that candle. This candle right here is what's known as your candle filter. So again, liquidity area swept, this candle, again, I'm on the 15-minute chart, 15-minute area swept, opposing candle closes within this liquidity area, and you begin to what I call hunt on this candle here. So this candle, if you guys can see, is 10 o'clock. On this candle, when this candle begins to form, I'm going to jump down to the lower time frame and start from there. So my OTE has been drawn out here. This is actually, this is the 10 o'clock candle here. So when it drops down, it might be tempted to get in right away. Don't do that, because most of the time you will find when you do your back testing that it will come back up and hit one of these parameters that you've defined, whether it's 62, 70, 79. It will hit that and then take off from here. I'm on the 3-minute chart here. I like to enter off the OTE levels. Some people prefer a fair value gap, order block, breaker, whatever your preference is for the PD array, you can enter off that. But again, this is where the patience comes in. This is, again, a 3-minute chart. All this is going on. And then when it came back up, I'm like, okay, here we go, hopefully. It came back up, and you will find in your back testing that it's going to come up, smack one of these OTE levels, and then just drop from there. But the precision on this, again, when you back test, is just mind-blowing. For you guys, so you know, I use this on US 30, I use it on NAS, I use it on GU, and I use it on EU. And every day, every single day, there is a run and a setup like this. If you are struggling to find a model, I encourage you to look at this, because again, it is just mind-blowing how precise this works. Since I have back tested this, there was already a model I was using before finding this one that was very closely aligned to this. So between my own personal model and this model, kind of combining the two, my win rate has went up dramatically. In using this model, I've taken 29 trades since first week of October or so, second week, and I've only lost 3. And even 2 of those should have never lost. I should have never entered, I should say, because I was just learning the model, learning how things worked. Got into a consolidation area, it reversed on me and basically cooked me hard. But again, since then, it's just been flawless. I've shown friends this, they've been mind blown. I got a friend that was 6% down on a 50K challenge. I spent an hour with him showing him this, going back through the charts, and now he's back to break even. And so again, it's just, this strategy is it's just mind blowing. Again, look at this guy's account, Flaw in the Matrix. Go through his content because he's got a lot of stuff on here that he talks about with this. But again, I'm just visually showing you what he has talked about already. So again, that's US 30. GU, same thing here. This is Friday morning. I'm watching it go. We got the 9:30 opening here. Got a liquidity area here, and then this guy comes down, but then pops up, sweeps this area here. Again, I'm on the 15-minute chart. Sweeps this area. Let me just draw a little line right here. Nice little straight line there. Sweeps this area, raises my eyebrow, catches my attention. Actually, I had an alert for this, just thinking, okay, let me see what happens here. Sweeps this area, opposing candle closes, below that liquidity swept area, and then once it closes, drop the fib on there, drop the OTE fib. These are the levels I use, and then you just sit back and you wait. So again, liquidity area swept, opposing candle closes within that liquidity area, and then you begin to hunt on this candle. This candle is 10:30 on Friday. Coming over here, this is my 10:30 candle, dropping. It might be tempted to get in. You might even say, hey, got a fair value gap that formed here. It went up, hit the CE. Let's get in. That's up to you. I'm being kind of patient and seeing what this does because, again, it normally will come back into the OTE area and then just fall. And that's what happened. Again, this is the 3-minute chart. Again, I like to get in on OTE levels. I've seen people get in on the fair value gap, breakers, order blocks, whatever your preference is. But, again, just, be patient, and I guarantee just like 95% of the time it's going to come back up here, retrace, and then just fall or shoot up depending on what you're looking at. So again, this happens every day, nonstop. Again, the models I look at, GU, EU, NAS, and US 30. And again, if you're looking for a model if you're struggling to find a model, I would say take a look at this, back test this, and check this out. If you're one of those traders that you're just learning ICT concepts, but at the end of the day you're looking at your phone or you're looking at your computer and you've taken 20, 25, 35 trades, and I've been there, so there's no shame or anything of saying that. I've been there, I've done that. But this strategy here will help you to be patient, it will help you to be less impulsive, and it will basically kind of knock you down to only taking maybe 2 or 3 trades a day, but those trades are going to be bangers, I'm telling you. Like I said, I can't say enough about this, can't say thank you enough to ICT, and of course thank you to Flaw in the Matrix for developing this. When he was first doing it, there was a strategy that he first had before the fib even came out, and then he basically said, hey, it's mechanical now. You look for this, do this, drop the fib on it, and then wait and go. So again, one more time, you want a liquidity area to be swept. I prefer the 15-minute. over the 5 just because I think it has more precise entries, because you may have a little bit of drawdown initially, and then it's going to take off from there. So, you know, look at your liquidity areas. You know, like right here, okay, this area got swept, but then it continued to go up. And then, you know, it created this area, but then this area swept, but then this area came down hard and closed underneath it. So again, the rule is liquidity area swept. You're waiting for an opposing candle to close underneath that liquidity area. Once it closes, drop your fib on there and drop it from wick to wick. That is very important. Once the fib's on there, next 15-minute candle that starts, that's when you drop down to your lower time frame, whether it be a 3-minute, 2-minute, 1 minute, and you wait until you find your optimal trade entry. Whatever PD array you want to use, you know, fair value gap, order block breakers, you name it, you know, inverse, whatever. I like to keep my eye on the OTE levels, and that's just my preference. But again, just wanted to share this with you guys. Wanted to show it to you guys and just show you how powerful this thing is. I mean, here's the NASDAQ. I use this all the time here. Here's a liquidity area. This is actually Friday morning. It took off here. This area, again, similar to US 30. This area swept this liquidity, and then this candle closed underneath. In fact, let's just mark it out here. This candle closed underneath that. So then once it closed underneath your liquidity area, this would be your candle to begin hunting on, as I call it. This is your 11:30 candle. It went up, tapped one of your OTE levels, and then came down from there. If you happen to miss this entry, you know, you can always, let me just draw this out. So say you don't get in here, so it goes down. I'm going to draw my fair value gap. This guy comes up, and I'm going to draw it here, and then sure enough, boom. Now you got a confluence of up here that it hit. Now you've got a confluence that it hit your fair value gap. It also tapped your equilibrium CE area of your FEG, and then you just come down, and it just comes down from there. So again, I encourage you to check this out, back test it, look at it. I back tested this for about 2 months on those 4 pairs. I use those 4 pairs daily, and I can tell you it's just mind-boggling how precise and how great this strategy is. Now, I'm going to tell you it's not the end-all be-all. If you've got a personal model that you're using already, run with that. I still combine this with my own personal model, so there may be times I'm not looking at the 15-minute. You know, sometimes I have this screen chopped up into 3 or 4 screens within the one screen, and then I may enter off order blocks or breakers and FEGs and go from there. But I will say that if a 15-minute area is swept, usually an alert will go off on my phone. That will get my attention. My eyebrows will go up, and then I'm looking to see what happens from there. And if an opposing candle closes back down, you better believe I'm going to slap a fib on there and just wait and see what happens. And you know, go from there. So anyway, I'm going to stop babbling here. You guys check it out. I just wanted to just throw this out there for everyone, and back test this, check it out, run with it. Let me know what you think. Again, candle filter based off ICT's model to his son, and then FlawInTheMatrix took that and added to it, and can't say enough to this guy as well, or can't say thanks enough. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Any questions, let me know, and you guys take off running with this. Let me know how it works for you. Take care.